Okay, another video, I'm just going to show it to you. Let me open my Python editor. What is it? It is about, imagine we have some lines written in a text file, and if I want to delete a particular line, now this technique also is there in your notes if you follow it up carefully. This is a program where you have to keep two files open simultaneously. Fine. I'm showing you a very simple technique here. You know, you have one old file and a new file. So from the old file, you have to eliminate something, add something. So if you have to do that, then what you do is you do all the corrections in the new file. That means from the old file, you read the first line. If the first line is supposed to be there, fine, then copy it in the new file. Second record you read from the old file. Second record need not be there. Don't copy it in the second file, in the new file. That is how you go. And finally, the new file becomes your most up-to-date file. Okay. This concept is taken from a very common concept of which is called updation of transaction file. Okay, from the master file. Master file is the main file, and transaction file is the file where on a temporary basis you note down things and then you correct. Now, what I have done, look at this. Here, one file is opened in. So first of all, I will come to this part later. Why I took this package called OS, this module. Okay. Under this module, there are two functions. One is rename, another is remove. These two functions also are part of your curriculum. Now, first of all, see what I've done. I've just taken a new file. I just wrote some records onto it. Again, I wrote it in different lines, exactly like the program before. I just wrote, accepted different lines from the user, and I wrote them also in a different lines. That's why I added this /n. My intention of adding this /n was to store the different lines as different lines in the file, and then I closed it. Fine. Now what I wanted user to enter the line which is to be replaced. Okay, a particular line is wrong and user wants to replace it. Supposing it is given that a particular line user will input and that line will be replaced by another line. So that is what I wanted to do. So I said olin is a variable which basically stores from user the line which he would wants to replace, and nlin is another variable where user inputs a new line. Fine. Now what I did is I opened, look at this carefully, the file in the reading mode, because I have to read and I have to find out wherever the line comes which is to be replaced. So I'm opening the file in the reading mode so that I can find the file. And then I kept another file simultaneously open called temp.txt. So here I'm going to make the corrections. How? Let us see. Let me run the program and then I will explain you what I've exactly tried to do here. Okay, enter a line. Say I wrote the sky is blue. That is my first line. And I wanted to continue. Fine, I wrote something like that I wrote. Fine. And then these three lines I wrote. Fine. And then I quit. And I wanted this forest is green. This basically line I do not want. So again I wrote, this is the line I want to be replaced. The forest is green. And what is the new content? Say I wrote the moon is mystic. This is the line I want. So look at this. I just put a message there, hi. I don't know why I put that. Maybe I was testing something. Forget about it. So see, the output is the sky is blue, the moon is mystic. The new line comes in the place of old line. That is the forest is green, and last line blood is red is there as it is. Okay. How did it happen? Let's see. So let me imagine here is my temp.txt file. Okay. Now my original file was whatever was the name. What name I gave xyzw.txt. Fine. So here we have xyzw.text. Fine. Now I'm reading the lines, all my three lines are here. The first line was the sky is blue. So sky is blue is not the line I want to replace. So whatever I read from xyz.text, I wrote it down in temp.text because temp was opened in reading mode, writing mode, if you remember. Okay, temp was opened in writing mode. So I can easily write down things here, whatever I read from xyz.text. Now comes the second line. Second line is the line, the forest is green, which matches with the line that I want to replace. So since that is the line that I want to replace, now what happened? Okay, the forest is green is not written. Instead of that, in the temp.text, which line is written? The new line that you have entered, the moon is misty. Again comes the third line when the third, we are reading xyz.text. So while reading the last line, when we read blood is red, what happens? That line again doesn't matches with the forest is green. So this line again is written into temp.text as usual. So what I'm doing exactly is whenever the line is not required to be changed, whichever way I read it from xyz.text, I'm writing the same way into temp.text. And if it is the line which is to be replaced, then I'm writing the new line entered by the user. That's what I've done. How I have done it, look at this. So one thing is quite clear, that XYZW text should be opened in reading mode so that I can read lines one by one. And these lines have to be written into temp.text. So temp should be opened in writing mode. So look at this, exactly the same thing I have done. Okay, I took a variable stt, its space, I initialized it, loop started. Through stt I'm reading, look at this, line by line. Okay, fine. And then I check the match if stt equal to olin. Okay, in fact you can delete these lines also, this will not be in fact required as such. Without this also it should work, it should not be a problem. I was trying something else previously. Okay, if it is matches with the old line, then what we are doing is we are writing print high, and then this line is also not required, you can delete this line. Okay, this is not required. Fine. And then what happened, the new line I'm writing it down into temp.text. f1.write, f1 is the file object which connects basically temp.text. Fine, the new file. So there I wrote it down. Fine. And if it is not matching, then whatever I read through STT, the new line is being written. And the new line and the slash n also comes because I want to write exactly the same way. Okay. Now I close both the files. Okay. After I close both the files, I realized now my most up-to-date information is there under xyzw.text. Okay. So what I did, I removed xyzw. Sorry, my most up-to-date information is there in temp.text. Okay, because temp.text I customized the way I wanted. So xyzw.text is an old file that is not no longer required. So I just removed it. Fine. After removing, look at this. How to remove? We use that module name os.remove. Function name is remove. You just write with the path name whichever file you want to remove permanently. And then another one is os.rename. Here the syntax is you have to write the old name, comma, the new name. So now what I have done, I removed xyz.zw.text, that is deleted. Now temp.text is my most up-to-date file because I customized it. So that file I renamed as xyzw.text. So now what will happen? Again, I got back my xyzw.text, but in a corrected manner. With the line which is to be replaced, that line got replaced in between. And then this part I just, for the satisfaction while running, I was showing you that I displayed after replacing it. So that reading, I just read xyzw.text once again and line by line to make sure that my output is correct. So this particular technique, you just look at this program slowly. Okay, this kind of program, one or two I have given you in your previous notes also. Fine, you can have a look at it, and then you can just try to do a small job for me. I have done it replacement of a particular line. Now I'm giving you a work, and this is the assignment you have to give me. And please give me by, say, Sunday, sometimes by Sunday night. The assignment is to delete a particular line. I replaced a line, you just have to delete. Just one question you have to do. Okay? What you have to do is you just have to write some lines in a file, and one particular line user will input, that line will be deleted. Exactly in the same technique you can do it by with the help of two files kept open. You can easily do it. So try this out, and I will wait for your replies. If you need any personal help, you can always text me through WhatsApp. Fine.